get their attention, apologize, and then summarize what they're saying. Reflect back what you heard. Now, this works in every situation except one. The one situation where this does not work is when their emotions are high. When someone's emotions are high, do they like being interrupted? So if they're screaming at you, yelling at you, using offensive language, you're probably thinking, you need to stop. Is that going to go well for you? As a matter of fact, putting the two most aggressive things you could say to someone is, you need to, and then anything that says to them that they need to either stop or calm down. Never works well. So if you want to be effective emotionally with someone whose emotions are too high and you want them to get to the point, you have to first of all get their attention. So first in a situation, have you ever had somebody who's so upset at you, they're just going on and on and on? Should you let them vent? Obviously, yes. How long? As long as they want? No. You only let them vent long enough until you're ready to be able to repeat back what you think the situation is. So they're going on and I have to get their attention. Excuse me, pardon me. You might even have to repeat it. I apologize. I really am sorry to interrupt you. I just want to see if I'm understanding this clearly. What I believe you're telling me is that you've already called and spoken to two people at our company and they weren't of much help to you. And then you called back and someone hung up on you. And now you've got me on the line and you're probably thinking, I'm not going to be of much greater help either. Is that what you're saying? Now, what would somebody say to that? Yeah? Now, are their emotions still pretty high? They're still pretty up there. As a matter of fact, one way to get them to explode, throw kerosene on it, is just say the one thing almost everyone is wanting to say at this moment. Ma'am, I understand. Because how are they going to respond if their emotions are fairly high and you just said, I understand? No, you don't, right? Have we ever had this happen? So what you want to do is to demonstrate to them that you get it, that you understand, that you know how they feel. So you put in an empathetic statement. Now, this is only when they're upset. So, but you say something empathetic. Now, sympathy is saying, I feel what you feel. Empathy is saying, I've been there. So all you have to do is say, excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting. I just want to see if I'm understanding you clearly. So you're saying that this had happened and you're very upset about this. Is that what you're saying? Of course, they're going to say yes. And then you say, well, I've had similar things like that happen to me before. And when that happens, I probably would act the same way, or I might react in that same way. I might feel that way. Now, notice I didn't say I would, but I said I might feel that same way. And at that point, what do you think they're going to do if they're really upset? And you say this in a way that really sounds like, I get how you feel. They calm down immediately. Now they're willing to listen to you. Now you have the ability to talk to them about, well, let me see what I can try to do here to help you. And at that point, you can move forward. It's the most important thing I try to teach people whenever they're in conflict with other people. Always make sure you match where their emotions are, you demonstrate to them you get it, and bring them down so that we both can talk. So it's very important in terms of emotional intelligence to be on their same wavelength. So whenever you find yourself not listening to someone, always make sure it is okay to interrupt. As long as you follow these 3 steps when they're not upset, and if they are really upset, you must throw in that 4th step before you can move forward. And then you'll be far more effective in getting those points across.